Bloody hell, the wind took it. Almost had it. Welcome, Henry.
Almost had it.
How are you, Henry?
Bloody hell.
Almost had it. Another on target.
God save you, Henry.
Almost had it.
Almost had it.
Hey, Henry's come to see us.
Damn, missed.
Almost had it.
God be with you, Henry.
Got it. Hit home.
Henry, I'm glad you came.
Damn, missed. Hit home.
God be with you, Henry.
Ah, well, I won't miss the next one.
How are you, Henry? Time's up, folks. One more
Got it.
barrel and that's it.
Bloody hell, the wind took it.
God save you, Henry.
So, how did it go?
Well done, Henry. You've come first. It looks like you really do know what you're doing with a bow. You're still not up to my standard, mind you, but a pretty good effort. Here are your winnings. I hope you'll wager them on some chumps again.
I'd like to try chumps one more time.
Of course. Ah, one more chump. Excellent. So how much will you bet?
I won't overdo it.
That's the betting over with. Now here are your arrows. And now, I'll see you at the finish.
Bloody hell, the wind took it.
Almost had it.
I've got this easy.
Oh, well, I won't miss the next one.
How are you, Henry?
Let's see you beat that.
Oh, well, I won't miss the next one. Hit home.
God save you, Henry.
Shame I can't swim.
Hey, Henry's come to see us.
You with that...
May the Lord watch over you, Henry.
Hey, put that weapon away right now, or I'll get a guard to arrest you.
Wait till I tell you what happened to me. There was I, going along the road, minding my own business, when all of a sudden I see this purse right there on the ground.
No. Was there much in it?
Half a dozen
May the Lord
groschen
watch
and
over you,
change.
Henry.
By Christ, that was worth bending down for, eh?
Indeed. I couldn't believe it, but before I picked it up, I reckoned someone must be playing a trick on me, and they were hiding in the bushes just to have a laugh. But not a soul anywhere.
That's a piece of good fortune, then. We ought to celebrate.
By all means. The best of it is that pair of idiots, Prokop and Ondra, were walking right ahead of me, and they never even noticed the purse. And it was lying right there in the middle of the road.
You're a lucky man.
This time. But it all evens out in the end anyway.
Aye, true enough. God's millstones will grind you down eventually. God save you, Henry.
Henry, I'm glad you stopped by.
God save you.
Hey, Henry's come to see us.
Money. I want your money.
Hand over all your coin.
The only reason you're not dead yet is I'm too kind-hearted. But now I'm starting to think my finer feelings are wasted on the likes of you.
Come now, it was just a bit of horseplay. Friendly like. A prank is all. So we'll take our leave and be on our way. God be with you. This won't take long.
Welcome, Henry.
Good day.
I've got some goods here whose owners might miss them.
All right. Let's see what we can do about that.
Oh, let me sleep.
What? No, go away.
God save you, Henry.
Henry!
Good day, Henry.
Greetings. What do you need?
Master Fayfar, I need to speak with you. I found out something about the counterfeit coin.
Did you really? Do tell.
Close to Rovna, I came across a wagon that was transporting the false coins. Unfortunately, I came too late. The carter and his men were dead.
Damn and blast. Do you know who did it?
Yes. A certain knight turned up there. Turned out he was also after the forgers.
Well, that is indeed unexpected. Tell me, what did he say?
His name is Ulrich. He looked like a knight, but he refused to show his master's colours.
Ulrich, you say? Could be anyone. Can you describe him?
An older man with a moustache. But for all his grey hairs, he seemed pretty tough to me.
Doesn't match anyone I've heard of. But then we don't even know if Ulrich is his real name.
I asked him who his liege was, but he refused to tell me.
We live in such strange times. In days past, knights would vie with each other to see who could extol their liege's name the loudest. And today, they take assumed names, hide their emblems, and sneak around the land like thieves.
I got the impression he was hiding his identity because his master's at odds with Sir Radzig.
That may well be. As a staunch supporter of the king, Sir Radzig has many enemies.
He told me that the fake money was being taken to Passau in exchange for gold coins, then that real money was being brought back to the Bohemian lands.
That would explain why those fakes bear the Passau countermark.
His master is allied with the Passau alderman, and they told him to sort it all out.
I wonder who could be behind it all.
He gave me these documents to show you. He seemed to think they prove he was telling the truth. They're the records of the interrogations in Passau, and some other things he said you'd understand better than him.
Let me see. We, the aldermen of the city of Passau, interrogation held this day, put to pen by the questor. The place of origin is a monastery in the land of Bohemia. Which certainly confirms my suspicion that something underhand is going on in Sasso. Coin assay report. Copper core coated with amalgam. Ah, but this is interesting. Here's an outlying description of how the forgeries are made. I'll have to study it more closely. We command Herr Ulrich to investigate and let no man stand in his way. This looks like the original safe conduct. It has the seal of the Passau alderman, but they certainly didn't pen this.
How do you know?
Welcome, Henry.
I recognize the hand. It's a Clement of Caplitz, the high scribe of the Rosenbergs.
The Rosenbergs? Who's that?
A rich and powerful family in South Bohemia. Burgrave Henry III is a great rival of our King Wenceslas.
So what does all this mean?
Well, it certainly explains why your night is so mysterious. Anyway, we should be careful. And we shall begin our investigation. The documents show they use silver amalgam for coating copper fakes. That's a lead we can follow.
What?
Silver amalgam. It's produced from quicksilver and silver.
Well, that doesn't sound like something just anyone can get hold of.
You're quite right. You will go to Sasso at once. Look around the forges in the city. Someone must be working copper for them. I, meanwhile, will take counsel with Sir Radzig and then follow after you.
Where shall we meet?
At the inn on Sasso Market Square.
Henry, I'm glad you came. Hey, Henry's come to see us.
God be with you, Henry.
God be with you, Henry.
God's blessing. What can I do for you?
How does life in Rattay suit you?
Them Rattay folk would rather drive us out of here. They won't give us no work, and they won't let us beg. So what are we supposed to do? Fucking war.
Good health to you, Henry.
Always in the evening. Honest and a bit of light.
May the Lord watch over you, Henry.
My humble greetings. How may I serve you?
Do you know if there's anyone around here who could use my help?
No one I can think of.
God save you.
Do you know if there's anyone around here who could use my help?
No one I can take off.
For your house. Rakes and hoes for your feet.
welcome, Henry.
What's going on? The folk in town are talking about you.
They shot on me. That's what.
What? Who did?
All of them.
Wait. Tell me again from the start.
All right, if you want. They caught Peter of Dauba, George Weiss, and a fellow named Harold that everyone calls Frost. They're scum who've been hunted for months. Now they've finally been caught, there's a big execution being prepared. Folk will come from miles around to watch.
Well, that's a good thing for you, isn't it?
It would be, if I was fucking doing it.
Isn't it the custom for you to do all the executions in Rattay?
It is. Not just the custom, but by bloody right. You're not being replaced, they said. This is just a loan of Gallows Hill.
Well, there must be some reason for it.
If you know of one, spit it out.
So who's doing the job?
They invited Executioner Heinz all the way from Kuttenberg. They say it's going to be a big show. Have I ever fucked up an execution? I always behead them in one blow. And when his lordship wants to drag out a hanging, I leave them kicking for minutes. If he wants it quick, they're stiff as soon as I drop them. And they push me aside like that, after all these years of service.
What can we do about it?
Nothing. His lordship's decided, and that's that.
Nothing? You think they should be allowed to get away with this?
Well, no, but...
You have the right to executions in Rattay, don't you?
I most certainly do.
Then you're in the right. Don't tell me you can't think what to do about it.
The trouble is, they already paid the executioner and he's come here along with his assistants. We can't stop the executions, unless Heinz drops dead on the spot.
Which we don't want.
Indeed not. The best thing would be if he fucked up the executions. The famous Kuttenberg executioner can't handle the job. The mob would laugh him out of town and beg me to take over. They'd never invite him here again.
Great, so how do we go about it?
The problem is, I don't know what the sentences will be. They'll only announce them just before the executions, and then it'll be too late to do anything.
Can't we just get him blind drunk?
That wouldn't work. He's no beginner. And even if we did get him drunk, they'd just postpone the executions till he's sobered up.
Suppose I liberate the convicts.
Why the hell would you do that?
Well, it would be an embarrassment, and then...
Only for Rattay, you dolt. Not for the executioner.
Would the bailiff know more?
Maybe. But most likely only Heinz will know the sentence. I've got an idea, though. Will you help me?
Of course.
Great. Thank you, Henry.
So where should I start?
Find out from the bailiff what their crimes are, and then have a look in the Black Chronicle at the Rat House. It goes back before my time. You're bound to find records of some similar offenders in it. You need to find people who committed the same crimes, and came from the same sort of background, noble or lowborn. That way you can find out what the appropriate punishments are. Then come back to me, and we'll work out what to do.
I'll get moving.
And Henry? They want to do the executions on my gibbet at Gallows Hill. I can hold them up for a while, but probably no more than a week.
I'll bear that in mind.
Welcome, Henry.